the traits of character also could be helpful to identify a certain type of human psychodynamics at a certain time. For instance, animals mostly inherit passionate, racy, sensuous, upbeat, vibrant characteristics, when zombies can be described as consistent, even-keeled, follower, industrious, stable. Demons are ambitions, powerful, successful outside, while humans went through all these steps accomplished and embody such balanced qualities as ambivert, great listener and clear communicator, broad-minded thinker, intuitive, thoughtful, versatile, wise. Now we will consider the process of transformation of type of mentality among people. At the beginning everyone is born as animal, where instincts determine the behavior. 1. At the age of 4-6 years, demon-type wealthy parents who care about their children's future try to send their kids earlier to the best private kindergartens and schools. 2. At this stage small amount of zombie parents also try to send their children earlier to the best affordable child institutions or engage with child by their own. 3. Here the great bulk of zombie parents just follow sending their kids to the public kindergartens and schools. 4. Most of animal parents don't have children, but those who have represent single-parent families and are forced to become zombies themselves to demonstrate a parental care and follow their kids to the public kindergartens and schools. Orphans also go via this route. 5. A single Mowgli-type kid is not able by himself to become a zombie, and after the first 10 years of life less likely ever will have a chance of successful transformation into zombie. Human parents love equally all kids others as own and pursue the concept of the best equal opportunity for everyone, that is all kids should transform from animals to zombies as early as possible depending from the nature, but not the system. At this stage government with the purpose of further retention of power stultifies zombie kids and return them to the animal level. Media deliberately advertises alcohol, cigarette consumption, stupid cartoons, sex clips, instills the future habit of consumption with message, "Don't worry, be happy." As self-preservation, demon parents protect their kids from the negative media influence and alcohol, cigarette, drugs by occupying all children's spare time with different hobbies. Zombie parents usually do not worry or soon give up about negative media influence and alcohol, cigarette consumption by their children. 7. Further, with preheated interest about opportunities in the world thanks to the media, these enthusiastic zombie kids become early entrepreneurs of zombie parents and eager to sacrifice their time and energy to get these colorful wrappers with no real value. Well, few of them will really succeed in the future and become demons with animal hedonism, that is, will be able to purchase their desires on cash thanks to the media, but most of them will fall to animal trap by living on credit. In fact, both demons and animals fell into the same trap. Their life is predetermined by animals' interests. Demons only choose the direction to create new colorful wrappers and have opportunity to buy them on cash, while animals will work hard to obtain them on credit. This is the principle of current capitalist system. Moreover, in 40 years those demons who are on top of this pyramid and have actually become blunt social parasites will organize the next global financial crisis with digital money. It will be easier to do to exclude competition and preserve their own power again by cutting off the demons below. 8. The advantage of zombie kids from demon parents is that after obtaining the tertiary education, these zombie kids have more chance to fit in the demon society and comparatively easy get their high positions. 9. However, due to easy access to everything in the life, some of zombie kids from demon parents become spoiled kids, that is, these immature minds transfer back to animal type. 10. After a while, some of zombie kids intuitively can feel the meaninglessness to become demons and due to high interconnection with our Creator can be trapped by some pseudo-religions and mysticism created by demons to control the society. In some sources you can also find another classification of human minds. They can be called types of mind, or types of mentality. However, I prefer to use the type of psychodynamics, because this term emphasizes the interconnectedness of our mind with the whole body. Moreover, I would like to show you that this mind-heart model with 4 types of psychodynamics looks more integral compared with other alternatives. For instance, let's compare animal, zombie, demon, human types of psychodynamics with types of minds determined by such 6 dimensions as love, fear, joy, hatred, boredom and sexuality. Source: CalmDownMind.com. Joy-oriented and sex-oriented minds, obviously, fall into animal category. Joy-oriented minds: such minds have a capacity for exuberance, excitement, passionate outlook and a childlike playfulness which is not the same as holding on a child identity. These minds are more oriented towards work that feels playful and creative, rather than work that requires a high level of organization, meticulousness and structure. They like working in relaxed environments rather than pressure-oriented ones. Sex-oriented mind: all minds have a sexual nature, but certain minds are totally dominated by this dimension. You can sense the aura of sexuality in these people is so strong that it just shines like a neon light. They are highly connected with their own body and have a deep capacity for sensual appreciation. They do well in jobs that require people management. Most of them have a strong charisma, leadership and creativity. Love and fear-oriented minds go to a zombie stage. The author describes a love-oriented mind as the eternal romantic. This type of mind is mostly poetic in its outlook to life. A love-oriented mind has a deep capacity for being caring and affectionate. It has a desire for constant romance in all aspects of its life, be it career or relationship, not suited for aggressive or pressure-oriented jobs. Fear-oriented mind: people with this type of mind are highly sincere, loyal, committed and serious. They mostly lack a good sense of humor and most of them are highly organized as a bid to keep their life as structured as possible. They are suited for jobs that require meticulousness, and even monotonous jobs which suits their serious mindset. And, finally, hate and boredom-oriented minds relate to a demon category. Hate-oriented mind: these types of minds are mostly serious, have a low sense of humor, tough, exuding an aura of aggressiveness. Such minds lack the aspect of sensitivity, to a large extent, which gives it the capacity to be brutally competent and goal-driven. They easily fit into work that requires aggressiveness, leadership and ability to handle pressure. Boredom-oriented mind: people with this type of mind are mostly laid back, they talk with a drawl and usually come across as being sleepy. Some of them actually have a high intellect level and they fit into monotonous jobs as well as strategy-based jobs which require a lot of discernment and tact. They exhibit a lot of alpha characteristics because they are usually slow in their movements, serious and not easy to impress. I would say, roughly, that top demons, the elite of developed countries, have a hate-oriented mind. Professionals on a leash willingly, or middle-level demons, have a boredom-oriented mind, while all the rest low-level demons have a fear-oriented mind. Unfortunately, according to reality, a lot of fear-oriented people is used to live in the pre-built world. They, literally, prefer, forced to follow and adjust to the unfair society, have a slave mentality, then as an equal part of God ignite their own creativity and modify the existing order, construct a new version of the world. Some of them, who has more willpower, choose to pursue their career or open own business. However, all these successful people with own businesses are actually low-level demons with still fear-oriented minds. As Lily Tomlin, an American actress, once said,
"The trouble with the rat race is that even if you win, you're still a rat."
That is why, from the author's point of view, we need to change the system and start to build a human-oriented society. According to this classification, human as a vicar of God has a spiritual-oriented mind. He has already passed through all these stages. Human's mind is balanced and able to control instincts, habits and willpower, as well as love, fear, joy, hate, boredom and sexuality emotions. At critical moments he is ready to fully sacrifice himself for the society, including even material and mental well-being of his family. This well-known diagram represents Maslow's hierarchy of needs. As it's seen, the animal psychodynamics perfectly coincides with physiological and safety stages. Zombie with its developed collectivism represent esteem, belongingness and love. while ambitious demon pursues a self-actualization, achieving one's full potential. Finally, human is relevant to transcendence. He understands the purpose of life, has a worldview, feel the oneness with the environment. On the upper level resides God, our Creator, the Supreme Intelligence, who guides us during our lives through life circumstances and can be comprehended more clearly only when critical mass of us attain a human stage. Japanese principle of Sanmi-Sangan also perfectly correlates with 4 types of human psychodynamics from mind-heart model. A square emblematizes body, will, instinct in mind-heart model, beauty, past, digestive system, in mind-heart model that represents an animal stage. A circle speaks for spirit-heart in mind-heart model, emotion, virtue, perfection, present, circulatory system, that epitomizes zombie stage. While a triangle represents mind, intellect, purpose, awareness, future, nervous system, that, of course, is a demon stage. The Sanmi-Sangan principle, which means the combination of square, circle and triangle together, symbolizes a human stage of mind-heart model. According to Reverend Dr. Yukitaka Yamamoto, 96th generation Shinto high priest Guji, the principle of Sanmi-Sangan explains the mystery of life. Sanmi-Sangan means the 3 elements that constitute the basis of all forms of existence.
Generally speaking, those who are engaged in the management, the spiritual development of people. Basically, a religion has taken these functions, any religion. Low. A religion, allegedly, needs to dictate what to do. But religion, unfortunately, each religion solves only its own problems. And human problems can be solved only by human himself. That is why we have to pose the question that, if you want a good life, then you have to manage your consciousness. Et est, if you ride in the car, then either you sit behind the wheel, or you should not have any claims where you came to. Lo. And, since you did gave the wheel, then you gave it by yourself. You are the owner. And it turns out that
man practically does not control his mind.
How easy can it be figured out? Well, when a person comes to me, I ask him, what is the purpose of your life? As it turns out, the person does not understand what I'm asking him. Well, he lives, does he? Then, if he wants to achieve some goal, he should, at least, know what it is, and then he will be able to select the appropriate tools, right? Lo, but if he doesn't know what he wants, it turns out that he does not know what he wants, but know those people who are managing him. Therefore, the first thing one have to do if he wants a happy life, if he wants freedom and, in general, the mass of such things that people usually tend to, he must learn to understand his consciousness, who and how does affect it, and learn how to push and manage their own consciousness by himself.
You will be surprised, but the majority of the words of wisdom of great humans about our life can be disassembled into parts of magic square of mind-heart model. For instance, sleep, which is instinct and relates to animal stage, does not help, if it is your soul, that is spiritual insight leading us to human, that is tired. Or there is another quote from Mahatma Gandhi, live as if you were to die tomorrow. This is definitely encouraging us to be collectivistic, rather than individualistic creatures. So, develop your heart. Learn as if you were to live forever. It relates to our minds, reminds us from day to day become smarter. Noam Chomsky, American social rights activist, everybody's worried about stopping terrorism, zombies. The message for demons, well, there's a really easy way, stop participating in it. About demonic elite, any dictator would admire the uniformity and obedience of the U.S. media. Education is a system of imposed ignorance. It makes zombies. About demonic elite, you cannot control your own population by force, but it can be distracted by consumption. To animal level, governments, demonic elite, will use whatever technology is available to them to combat their primary enemy, which is their own population. Zombies. Nelson Mandela, leader of South African anti-apartheid movement in 1961, 1990s. A good head, mind, and a good heart are always a formidable combination. Animals, as long as poverty, injustice and gross inequality persist in our world, none of us can truly rest. The message for humans: it always seems impossible until it's done. Fools, zombies, multiply when wise men, humans, are silent. Mahatma Gandhi, leader of Indian independence in 1947, it's better to have a silent heart, like zombies, than heartless words, like demons. Describing humans: where there is love there is life. I like your Christ, human. I do not like your Christians. Your Christians, zombies, are so unlike your Christ. An ounce of practice, human, is generally worth more than a ton of theory, zombies. John F. Kennedy, 35th U.S. President, printed debt-free money was intended to undermine the FRS in 1963. There's a plot in this country to enslave every man, woman, and child by demonic elite. Before I leave this high and noble office, I, human, intend to expose this plot. If a free society, of humans, cannot help the many who are poor, on animal stage, it cannot save the few who are rich, demons. Let us not seek the Republican answer or the Democratic answer, demonic trap, but the right answer, humans. One person, if human, can make a difference, and, message for zombies. Everyone should try. Manly P. Hall, Canadian-born 33 degrees Mason. To live in the world without becoming aware of the meaning of the world, that contradicts to humans, is like wandering about in a great library without touching the books, as zombies. The message for animals: an unhealthy mind, even in a healthy body, will ultimately destroy health. The message for demons: it must be shown that self-seeking is out of fashion, and that the world is moving on to a larger conception of living, humans. Describes how to become a human: the heart and mind must be brought into perfect equilibrium before true thinking or true spirituality can be attained. Martin Luther King Jr., leader of Poor People's Campaign in 1968, the message for demonic elite: God never intended for one group of people to live in superfluous inordinate wealth, while others, zombies, live in abject deadening poverty. The message for demons: life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism, become a human, or in the darkness of destructive selfishness, as demon. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy, demon, into a friend, human. The message for zombies: never forget that everything Hitler, supported by demonic elite, did in Germany was legal. Morihei Ueshiba, the founder of Japanese martial art Aikido, a mind to serve for the peace of all human beings in the world. It est human is needed in Aikido, and not the mind of one who wishes to be strong, like demon, or who practices only to fell an opponent, as zombie. The message for demons: to injure an opponent is to injure yourself. To control aggression without inflicting injury, as a human, is the art of peace. Foster peace in your own life and then apply the art to all that you encounter. Be a human. Albert Einstein, German-born Swiss-American theoretical physicist, the message for atheist animals: black holes are where God divided by zero. The message for demonic elite: you cannot simultaneously pretend to be a human, and prepare for war. Logic will get you from animal, to Z, to demon level. Imagination, be a human as a vicar of God, will get you everywhere. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit and a violin. What else does a man, human, need to be happy? Only a life lived for others, as a human, is a life worthwhile. If you like it, then go to our Mind and Heart website, select Philosophy Words of Wisdom and see more examples as these, or even make a contribution and add a human-esque quotes by your own.